Begin with James Torres, who is live at Highland Hospital. James, what do you have for us?
Christian, Heather, good morning to you here. A very somber feeling out here just in front of Highland Hospital this morning. And it was a very heartbreaking start for officers at about 4:30 this morning. You can see what the scene looks like behind me here. We were at the corner of 31st and 14th here in Oakland, just outside of Highland Hospital, where you see dozens of Oakland police officer squad cars lined up, getting ready for what we believe to be a procession of moving that fallen officer from the hospital away from the scene here. Now, this is not where the officer was shot and killed. That actually happened about 2 miles away from here. But here is the scene where a majority of police officers have come to, have comforted each other. We've seen them speaking to one another. Of course, as you can imagine, heartbroken to learn that their colleague, friend, co-worker, fellow police officer has been shot and killed. We'll show you what we've been seeing from above as well, from our choppers in the air, showing just how much of a massive scene and how much of a massive response we have seen all morning long here. And it's not just here at Highland Hospital. Of course, at the scene of the crime this morning, we've learned since that a police officer has been shot, taken to the hospital early this morning, and died here at the hospital. And now we are just waiting for police officers to make their next move, their next step to move that body away from here with a large police procession. We'll go ahead and give you a little more context of what that looks like. We often talk about, or rather associate, the police officers and the police department with words like loyalty, integrity, and that is kind of what a procession is supposed to reflect. When a fallen officer is killed in the line of duty, we're supposed to reflect that level of integrity and respect through processions and rituals just like this. Some information about the Oakland Police Department. We know it's been in place since about 1853, more than 170 years old here. This officer this morning, shot and killed, we now have learned is the 54th officer in Oakland Police's history to have been shot and killed in the line of duty. The last time that happened was more than 10 years ago, back in 2009, where we know a parolee shot and killed a total of 4 Oakland police officers. Again, that was about 14 years ago, and that hasn't happened since then. We now know this morning that is what the police department is dealing with today. We expect this procession to happen at some point this afternoon. Those cars you see behind me are vacant. A lot of these police officers are still in front of the hospital, walking in and out of the hospital. Every time we see a new officer walk up, we see a lot of hugs, a lot of arms around each other, a lot of what looks like comforting one another and speaking to one another about what they've learned this morning. Of course, once we get more information, which we expect to get that kind of information from Oakland PD in about an hour from now, we will pass that along to you, Christian and Heather.
James, you've been covering this story all morning long, so I know that you've had a chance to start watching this as this developed. You were at the first scene there. James? All right, we're going to move on now. Oakland police are expected to hold a news conference in about an hour on this tragedy.
Our crime reporter Henry Lee joining us now live at Oakland Police Headquarters with the very latest on this investigation and what he's been able to find out so far regarding the fallen officer.
Yeah, we are indeed about an hour away from this news conference here at Oakland Police Headquarters for details on this tragedy this morning. An officer shot and killed in the line of duty before dawn. Let's show you some video about how this incident unfolded. Now, it started about 4:30 early this morning when police got a call about a burglary at a dispensary in progress at a cannabis dispensary near 5th Avenue in Embarcadero. Sources say officers responded and intercepted some suspects near 9th Avenue in Embarcadero. That's near the on-ramp to southbound 880, as well as the Brooklyn Basin complex. And that's where one of the suspects opened fire and an officer was shot. A second officer suffered minor injuries related to a crash. And at the scene, we did see a crashed white Nissan Frontier that had shattered windows, bullet holes, and airbags deployed. Officers also found shell casings in the area. Now, other officers put the wounded officer into a police car, took him directly to Highland Hospital in Oakland. That's where James is, as well as a large contingent of officers, been keeping vigil all morning. But that officer did die several hours later. Now, his name has not been formally released. This comes as the city has been plagued by both car burglaries and break-ins at cannabis dispensaries across the city. Now, Oakland police have extended the crime scene along Embarcadero from Oak Street to the 16th Avenue overpass, so that route is not You cannot take that to get through. Alameda County Sheriff's deputies and CHP officers have also been helping out at the scene. And Oakland Police have also set up a command post at the Jack London Aquatic Center. So in about an hour from now, we will be hearing from top Oakland police officials here at OPD headquarters about what exactly transpired, any information about suspects or vehicles, and perhaps more information about the officer who lost his life serving the citizens of Oakland. Live in Oakland, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and Henry, as we often see in tragedies like this, I mean, support just pouring in from across the Bay Area, from other police departments, everyone saying, you know, we will stand with you, OPD, as you deal with this latest death of an officer. Henry, I know that we are awaiting this news conference. Do you know if the officer's family has been notified yet, and if we expect any relatives to be at this news conference alongside OPD?
Yeah, no word on whether the family will be at the news conference, but I'm sure they have been notified. It was within the last half an hour or so that OPD put out an official notification on X that their officer had not survived his injury. So again, hearts are heavy both at OPD and across the law enforcement community. We've seen some posts online from agencies all across the Bay Area extending their condolences.
Yeah.
And Henry, clearly this is a developing story. You talked a little bit about some of those suspects before. What are we hearing about them at this time? Have we heard anything about anybody either being detained, stopped, arrested, any information like that at this point, or any additional information about those suspects?
We understand that maybe one, possibly more cars left the scene, but we do hear that there was an ongoing search along the Embarcadero that's still ongoing. I did see the Oakland Police helicopter Argus still circling as of about 10 minutes ago, so there very well may be an active search. No word on whether those people that may be in the perimeter are responsible or don't have any knowledge or connection to this tragedy this morning.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, that investigative scene really expanding, especially following the officer's death there as they continue to look for the suspect or suspects. Henry Lee, we're going to check back in with you in just a few minutes. Thank you.